It's 2026, but I still want to talk about some of my favorite things from 2025. I have mostly makeup, but I have a couple of random fragrance and skincare and hair care that I want to talk about. This is not limited to things that I purchased in 2025, but this is, I just literally just then went through my collection and went, what did I love this year? This is it. So if you're interested in seeing what some of my favorite things were in 2025, just keep watching. Alright, so in 2025 I got married, and I can tell you that a lot of these products are products I wore on my wedding day. I think without a doubt you need to be wearing your favorite things you trust and know are going to work on your wedding day, and that was a lot of these products. So I'm going to go in order of application. These are just the things that I literally just went through my collection then and went, what stands out to me as things I enjoyed using in 2025. And primer, I panned a couple of primers last year, and one of them was this. And after I repurchased it, this is still my holy grail primer. This is the Hourglass Veil Mineral Primer. I have gone through at least 2, if not 3 of the jumbo 60ml sizes, which is what I finished last year. And then I repurchased with the 30ml. I wore this on my wedding day. It is the primer that I know is always going to work. There are primers for particular purposes. I love the One Size Extreme Mattifying Alkaline Primer for when I know I'm going to be super oily. This is the best mattifying primer. I like the mattifying for a little bit of an all-over matte, not as matte. But for any situation, this is the one that works no matter what. I can pair this with the Oil Sucker, which I was prepared to do, but I didn't need to do on my wedding day. It just works. It just works. It's not a new product. I did get a small size of the Airbrush primer. I haven't used this enough to see if I like it anywhere near as much. I definitely need to use it consistently, and I have it. But the Veil is my go-to. I panned a lot of foundations in 2025. I'm still panning foundations. But my favorite foundation, again, the one that I trusted and knew on my wedding day, this is what's going to work, is the Very Valentino foundation. This just makes my skin look flawless. It doesn't look heavy. It gives me a really natural finish. I can adjust the finish based on my primers and powders and what I mix with it. But I just know it's going to work. So much so I trusted it for my wedding day, and I think that's the big test for a lot of, to know what's really your favorite. What do you trust on what is going to be the day that is the most photographed, that is going to be the longest, that is going to be something you remember and have video and photo evidence of for years to come. What do you trust? And basically that's what my whole base is. So under eye corrector, this has been, again, a holy grail for years. This is the Bobbi Brown Corrector Stick in Light Bisque. I like the Corrector Stick because you get way more bang for your buck in terms of how much product you get. I find it a very similar formula to the Pot. The Pot is creamier, I think, if you have drier under eyes, but for me, this is great. I get I just draw it right on my inner corners. And I got Erin to buy this. I got one of my other bridesmaids to buy this. I got my mum to buy this. This is everyone had this out at wedding morning because it is fantastic at just cancelling out any discoloration under the eyes. But to go along with that, Natasha Denona High Glen Concealer is phenomenal. It is super creamy. It's got fantastic coverage. It just makes everything under the eyes that I don't like vanish. Now I do let it set down a little bit and then I tap out the creases and then set it with powder. I wear the shade Light Bisque in this and N2 in this one. They are the things that I trusted on the most photographed day of my life. The powder though, on my wedding day I did use the Givenchy Prisme Libre powder, but I didn't want to talk about that because it has been discontinued, like reformulated, so you can't get that. That was the powder I trusted on my wedding day. However, this was the powder that the rest of my bridal party trusted on my wedding day. This is the Huda Beauty Easy Bake Loose Baking and Setting Powder in Pound Cake. This is what I'm currently painting. Not because I dislike it, but because I like it and trust it enough that with the combo I currently have on, I know that the combo that I'm currently painting, I know this is going to work. This is fantastic. It is fragranced, but the smoothness it gives to my skin and the set down is phenomenal. I would repurchase this over the Laura Mercier. I would repurchase it over the new version of the Givenchy. I probably still will keep picking up the Maybelline Fit Me because it's a cheap alternative. Not cheap as in cheap, but like an inexpensive alternative. But in terms of high-end powder, I think that's really all I need is the Huda. Unless we're talking powder foundation. Again, this is not a new product to my collection, but it is what I wore on our honeymoon. It is the One Size Turn Up the Base Versatile Powder Foundation, and it is just that. It is a powder foundation that just works as a powder foundation. It's not often that I wear a powder foundation. I do prefer a liquid, but when I want something quick and easy, I just want concealer and powder foundation, this is always the go-to. Absolutely phenomenal product, which I don't think you can easily get in Australia anymore, which is devastating. In terms of cheek products, there were 2 cheek products I was focusing on panning in 2025. I didn't finish them, but I really enjoyed using them. So we've got the Rare Beauty Bronzer Stick in the shade Bright Side. This is such a fantastic bronzer color. It works perfectly with my skin. It blends seamlessly and it just looks natural, which with a bronzer, you're not always going for natural, but I really enjoy it. And the MAC Glow Play Blush, this is a favorite formula. I don't know if I got Ginger Lac last year or the year before. I have 3 of these. This is Blush Please. It's the one I, again, was working on last year. It is the pinky nudie shade. I really enjoy this cream to powder formula. It is fantastic and I know I can trust it even on summer days. It doesn't disappear. In terms of powder products, the bronzer I reach for when I just want it to work, there's a few, but the L'Oreal Infallible Fresh Wear Bronzer, and this is what went on honeymoon because it's cheap and easy to replace if something goes wrong. This just looks good every time and it wears beautifully. I would not replace my entire bronzer collection with this, but it just works. It works and it blends and it's really well priced. Like in Australia, it's ridiculously expensive. Buy it on sale. But it's really well priced and I enjoy it. The rest of my cheek products, however, I was on a mission to find the perfect blush for my wedding day. The one I ended up going with was YSL's Make Me Blush in the shade number 6, which is like this corally tone. It's super pretty. Swatch is okay. I don't find blushes always swatch the best, give the most accurate representation. But it's just this gorgeous mid-tone pink. But the Gucci Blush de Beauté in Rosy Beige is also absolutely gorgeous. This is just a little bit deeper. It's got a little bit of a glow to it. Not too much, but enough that it just kind of blurs the skin a little bit, whereas the YSL is a matte. Just phenomenal. And then for highlighter, again, what I wore on my wedding day was the Dior Forever Glow Luminizer in Gold Halo. This is just gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Wet glow to the skin in this really... It's a little bit warm, but it's definitely more on the neutral champagne side. I think Gold Halo is not quite the right turn of phrase for it, but it's gorgeous. Eyeliners, again, the two I wore on my wedding day. Makeup by Mario, Perfect Brown, and KVD Mad Max Brown. Brown eyeliner is the way to go for me. These both stay beautifully. The Mad Max is just so dark that on the eyeline it gives you such great definition. And then Perfect Brown, again, is that perfect brown shade. It's phenomenal. It's phenomenal. And they both wear incredibly well. Eyes. I have two eyeshadow palettes. And then some fun things. Again, what I wore on my wedding day. I feel like I'm a broken record. Makeup by Mario, Master Mattes, the neutrals. If I need matte eyeshadows that I just know what I want, this is what I go for. Now, the new Patrick Ta Essential Artistry Edit eyeshadow palette. This is cool toned. This is a little bit warmer, but definitely still some similarities. This is also gorgeous, but I haven't had this long enough to call it a favorite. Whereas this, I reach for time and time again. I know I'm always going to get fantastic looks. Do I use all of them? No. But it's fantastic. And then the original Ethereal Eyes palette. Again, I know you can't get this anymore, but it is my favorite. I think this one was the second release reformulated where the mattes were a little bit better. But I love the mattes. I don't kind of use these two shades, but every other shade I will wear, and it is fantastic. For special, what? Say it with me. What I wore on my wedding day. The Glitter Puck in Glimmer Pop from Half Magic Beauty. This is the most beautiful wet look and honestly feel glitter that is not chunky, that just stays where you put it. And yes, I wore glitter on my wedding day, but it is just so special. So special. I think I picked this up the end of last year. Too Faced Disco Crush in Magic Sprinkles. This I wore a whole lot when we were overseas. I think this is basically what I wore every day we were at Disney in January. And it is just the most beautiful, coppery, sparkly, beautiful. And then at the first Sephora sale this year, was it a Sephora sale? I picked this up at some point. I picked up the Talk to My Team duo from Patrick Ta. And I loved it so much that when he released the second, the color expansions, I picked up In Your Dreams. And this is definitely a drier formula. But again, just can't even see all the special shininess. Like this is what I love. I love sparkly eyes. I love sparkly eyes, and those were my favorites this year. Honorable mention to the mascara and lashes of my wedding day. We've got the Tarte Tartelette XL Tubing Mascara and the Ardell Press On Pre-Glued Under Lash Extensions in the Naked Soft Volume. These were fantastic. And as this is tubing, it doesn't smear, which is great. Lips. I've got 3 lip liners to shout out. Natasha Denona Natasha. Gorgeous. Pinky Nude, Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk. Both of these I've spoken about at nauseum previously, much more pinky there. But the newer one that I've really enjoyed is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Lip Liner in Muted Mauve. This came with us on honeymoon number 2. Our first honeymoon, we went down the coast for 3 nights. We went on our proper honeymoon, was our Disney cruise. These are just great. I like the more traditional formula of the Anastasia. They're really good. Looking in my lip collection, this is the bit that I couldn't quite decide on, because I love a lot of lip products. You guys know I love a glossy, shiny, balmy lip product. I love my Revee Beauty Effortless Lips. I've got on Tulip underneath another lip balm at the moment. The 2 new formulas I got at the start of 2025 were the Colourpop So Juicy and the NYX Click Stick. They were great. The 2 new formulas at the end of 2025 were the Maybelline Balm Stick, the Glaze Oil Balm, and the Revlon Shine Lipsticks. Like, that's my kind of formula. Again, shout out to what I wore on my wedding day, Very Victoria. The Matte Revolution from Charlotte Tilbury is my favorite matte lip formula. Picked up the YSL Candy Glazes, the Shine and the Love Shine, and the Candy Glaze. They're great. The Gucci Rouge de Brilliant in Call It A Day. That was almost a wedding day lippy. The Fenty Gloss Bomb Sticks. Like, this is just my kind of lip product. And they're great. Also, shout out to Laneige Lip Sleeping Masks. They're my go-to nighttime lip balm. Setting sprays. Wedding day. One size until dawn. But also the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush. I love this stuff. I've repurchased this little size quite a few times. I'm a big fan. Fragrances. Wedding day fragrance was Burberry Her Elixir. Fantastic. Slight strawberry note, but mostly just fresh and sweet. Engagement fragrance was Strawberry Letter from Fleur. Stronger strawberry note. Beautiful. And then just kind of throughout the year, favorite strawberry note. Juliette Hazagun Miami Shake. Delicious. And then Ellis Brooklyn Marshmallows as a body mist. I like sweet fragrances. Skincare shout out to the Naked Sundays Cabana Clear Water Gel Serum SPF 50. I like this so much that I believe it has replaced my Paula's Choice, which is insane because I've loved that. Like, that has been my go-to SPF forever. But this is SPF 50 and is so lightweight on the skin. It's amazing. And then, you guys know these are my favorites, but I just wanted to give them another shout out. Briogeo Scalp Revival Charcoal and Biotin Dry Shampoo and the Living Proof Perfect Hair Day Advanced Clean Dry Shampoo. Yes, I know they're expensive, but they work. They're really good and my hair likes them, so there we go. What did you like in 2025? Some of these were new to me in 2025. Some of them were not. Some of them we just went on vibes. But let me know. What did you like in 2025? I'd love to know in the comments down below. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it and click subscribe to stay tuned for more. I am on a roll this January in trying to get videos filmed and edited and uploaded for you relatively consistently. We'll see how I go. Once work starts back, we'll see. But today I'm on a roll of bulk filming, so hopefully that will help get us going. Lots of videos coming your way, so make sure you stay tuned. We've got Disney Cruise vlogs coming up. It's an exciting time, so stay tuned. And I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys.